you'll sit back, relax, and enjoy the show as iAlign Dance Company presents Remember Me, a collection of Alzheimer's disease stories through dance. Enjoy!
Isn't it funny how the body will betray you? And you think you would find it in deepened laugh lines or in balding heads or in pain knees, but this starts in a place you wouldn't even remember to forget. The hippocampus. The place where my memories are first stored, where my memories remind me of yesterday first begin to dissipate, and next thing you know, I haven't seen you in days when I just held you yesterday. Alzheimer's. It's the joke that we forgot we laughed at. The disease that disguises itself as misplaced keys and missing glasses perched atop of Pop's forehead, but 1 out of 3 of us at the age of 65 will be pushed into the same sea of forgetfulness, and that is when the laughter stops. And the longing to retrace our footprints in the sand begin. You know, they're always telling you to take care of your body, but they always look at you a little funny when your body stops taking care of you, because there are proteins, abnormal as they can be, creating abnormal love stories in my head, plaques and tangles chasing each other down and combining themselves like handsy teenagers through the hallways of my brain like a flirty game of tag, and they're starting to eat at the first memories I have of the first time he held my hand and he took me to the place with the moving pictures. You know the moving pictures, but you're sitting in your car while you're watching the moving pictures, and you know what I'm talking about. I forget the name, but I know we love to go there. We were just there yesterday. Stop looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. Isn't it funny how the brain works sometimes? Against better judgment, I find myself trying to come up with reasons why my reality keeps turning into fables, why the fables are the only things I can remember. It's funny the way the world works. Like, I'm losing so much, but I'm meeting all of these amazing people, and they're telling me these amazing stories about their lives and their families, and I laugh, y'all. I laugh so hard that I tear up, and I'm always like, God, I wish I could have been there to see that. And then the room goes quiet. I hate when that happens. It's like I dropped a glass in the middle of a dinner party, and they say I can't remember things. I remember dinner parties and birthdays and the smell of his cologne. So when they say I can't create new memories, I laugh, because why do I need new memories when the old ones feel like home? Maybe my body is just trying to help me out. Maybe I've lived such a life that my brain is now beginning to shrink, so I don't have to deal with the pressure to remember, to be everything to everyone. Maybe my brain has had enough. Maybe I thought I saw him. He was standing there the other day. He was smiling at me, and I couldn't quite catch his name, but in that moment, my heart no longer belonged to me, but I wasn't scared, y'all, because he felt like home, and I tried to catch him. I tried to chase him, but as soon as he was there, he was gone, and it's all gone, and it's all gone, and it's all gone. You spend your life focusing on the people and the things that are supposed to matter, and one day it's all just gone. They say, in the final stage, I'm going to become a shell of the person I once was. I'm going to forget how to walk, how to stand, and eventually, I will no longer remember how important air is to me anymore. It's funny, the way the body forgets.
Unexpected, wavering, a continuous game of hide and seek. Feels like the moment you're on the road and remember you're driving, singing your favorite love song and stumbling on the lyrics. I found myself slipping from time to time. At first, I paid it no mind, but with each passing day, my memory began to fade, drifting in and out of my thoughts, dismissing the reoccurring mistakes. I was center stage without a script, but I knew my lines. I've got this. I was holding on to who I knew myself to be, but a part of me was diminishing. Day by day, tasks became vague, forgetting the littlest things. I figured, I'll be okay. This type of thing happens when you age. And then, everything changed. Unexpected, wavering, a continuous game of hide and seek. Feels like the moment you're on the road and remember you're driving, singing your favorite love song and stumbling on the lyrics. It was my day to pick up my granddaughter from school and take her home. Nothing out of the normal. This was a routine that I know. But when my daughter got to me, I was all alone. I was confused. Had I even seen my granddaughter that day? I began to panic, trying to replay the events in my head. Frantically, we went to search for her. Not knowing where she was, a different kind of hurt. We retraced my steps and she was found safe. But harm's way kept replaying like a bad dream, the kind of dream where the villain knows you by name, and when you try and run, you can't move your legs. But I woke up, and I knew that this dream did not have to be my reality. It was time to do what was best for me. I said enough is enough. My heart is fixed, and my mind is made up. And with the help of my family, I found my community. There, I felt like I belonged. It was good having friends right down the hall. This place was more than just assisted living. It was a place of benevolence, a place of acceptance, a place with people like me, a place where I can maintain my independence, a place where memories are cherished, because sometimes life leaves you unexpected, wavering, a continuous game of hide and seek. Feels like the moment you're on the road and remember you're driving, singing your favorite love song and stumbling on the lyrics.
Slipping, slipping, slipping away. I can tell you're not content. You don't want to tell me that you're slipping, slipping, slipping away. Like a bud that never bloomed and now can't stand the heat of June. Little light, you've lost your glow. You just cry and no one knows that love isn't your friend. Your friends are gone, but I say it's okay, it's okay. Ditching this town for I drown and there's one more open seat. Trust in me, take my hand, there's a big old world now. Show you everything you wanna see. See, see, anything you wanna see. Drifting, drifting, drifting away. You can tell I'm not content. My bitten nails prove some relent. I'm drifting, drifting, drifting away. Oh, like a tide under the moon, low and silently attuned. I thought that I would find your glow. I just cry because I know that love is your friend, and that friend's me, but you never noticed a thing. Ditching this town. slipping, I'm slipping, I'm slipping away. Ooh, ooh.
She always had a sweet tooth. From the first day I met her, our first date at a candy shop, perusing through aisles of lollipops and gumdrops, chocolate and toffee, but her favorite candy was caramel. Walnuttos, O. Henry's, Pom Poms, Sugar Babies. It didn't matter which brand touched her taste buds, they all pulled my name out of her mouth. Oh, Charles. And my spirit would smile from ear to ear, and I'm glad I realized early on that that was all I'd ever need. Her sugar kisses and her candy smile. I would have done absolutely anything to keep her a laughing grin, except it wasn't hard. Loving her was the easiest thing I'd ever did. She made it so, how she would whisper jokes into my ears with a honey voice and cherry sliced lips, and ice blue mint to my inner fireball. See, I was a jawbreaker, her more bubblicious cherry cola, and she always wanted to stay by my side. How could I resist? How lucky am I that I didn't? That I got things right at least a few more times than I got them wrong. 50 years is plenty of time to figure things out. We were a marathon bar I never tried to finish, and all I ever wanted to do was keep her safe. But that is a hard thing to do without gold coins, so often I found myself leaving her side to stay by her side, working hard to rest with her, and once I came home, I could always leave the rest to her, and that was the easy part, compared to the magic I would find when I walked through the door, how she always thought of everything, how she always thought of me, and I always thought of her, and how to make sure my sugar kiss smiled one more extra time today, and it was never hard. See, her favorite candy was everywhere, so every date, every special occasion, any trip that I couldn't take her on, I'd scour most of the country and even some of the world, found as many varieties of caramel as I could just to figure out which one she loved the best. And she loved them all. And that was all I ever needed, and I'm glad I figured that out early on, because as we got older, I learned that I couldn't protect her from everything. Life robbed her of the one thing we all take for granted. When the Alzheimer set in, she stopped being able to recognize me most days. Stopped being able to recognize everything. I could only take care of her for so long after that. Life found its way into my body and left with my strength, but I still visited my sugar kiss every day. After a brief stop at the store, see, I realized early on how she never seemed to recognize me, but for a brief moment, after handing her a caramel candy, a light in her eyes, those cherry sliced lips, and the same smile from our first date. Oh, Charles. For a brief moment, have my girl back.
of my eye. Such a moment that I could not deny. Looking so fine in those pink and green boots, like you can satisfy my sweet tooth. I get to wrap you in my arms, baby, and hold you tight. Love and care for you for the rest of your life. I wanna grant all of your wishes, girl, fulfill all your dreams, take you to some sweet experiences you never seen. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Your favorite candy sitting on your desk, or some of your favorite perfumes on the shelf. You're the kind of woman that's good for my health. Your love is so addicting, I can't help myself. I get to wrap you in my arms, baby, and hold you tight. Love and care for you for the rest of your life. I wanna grant all of your wishes, girl, fulfill all your dreams, take you to some sweet experiences you never seen. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Now when the bass start knocking and the place start rocking, adrenaline start to rollin', party jumping, ain't no stopping. My heart start to racing as the music gets louder, like boom, 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 boom. Now hold on, baby, not complaining, just a saying. Your loving so amazing, can't contain it, I can't shake it. Now keep holding my hand, we gon' take over the land. It's like vroom, vroom, vroom. You never seen Candyland. Take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me. Candyland, take my hand, girl, come go with me.
The manifestation of God's love in my life, my rock, the one who was always with me. Even when I lost my dad at a young age, we had each other, looked out for one another, a bond stronger than crazy glue. We did everything together. Mom and daughter duo. My mother, you know her, so prim and proper, but not arrogant, refined, poised. The way I'd imagine a queen sitting on her throne, but my mother lived it. Neutral tone manicures, light pinks like flowers in the spring. She was classy like that. And her dresses that she wore all the time, tops and bottoms, monochrome, blouses. Yes, a blouse, because Mom doesn't wear shirts, matching the slacks, black on black, blue on blue, green on green, a vision of uniformity, which was the complete opposite of me. But she sacrificed so much that I could be me, color coordinated everything. Felt like home, predictable, dependable. But then she started slipping away. Mind and memory, forgotten pieces, not given very long, and I longed to have more time with her, to give her something to make her happy, but Alzheimer's often doesn't show mercy. She wants a beautiful eulogy. She says, tell people about the funny me and how I loved you more than anything. She wouldn't want me to be sad today. You know how she was always so well put together? Well, this one time, she decided to step out of her usual and wear colors that were bold. Too bold for what she thought, out of character, except the determination, the commitment to see it through. Flashes of red from her hands, on her nails, all colors. Throw monochrome to the wind like watercolors or a child's splatter paint masterpiece. Wacky tacky day, she went for it. Swung for the fence. I mean, there couldn't have been a better wacky tacky outfit, and I loved it. Cope with the changes, look the illness in the face, and live anyway. Dress whatever way she pleased, and I supported by dressing wacky tacky too. Shocked and bewildered, looking herself over, decreased cognition to remember, suspicion, questioning. Why on earth would you let me dress like this? Leave the house in this condition, these bold colors and patterns and red nails at that? Mom, it was your own volition. Her disposition softened, and she laughed lovingly. Shorthand struts across the clock, secondhand taps timely, shocked and bewildered yet again, questioning, why on earth would you let me dress like this, girl? Leave the house in this condition, these bold colors and patterns and red nails at that? I'm a mess. Under slight duress, gave herself the once-over, but Mom, we've been over this. You chose this get-up and wouldn't let up until I gave in and let you have your way. You know how that plays out, Mom, when you have an idea. A cheeky chuckle. You're right, hun, I sure did. Repeated this rendition, funny but forgetful but funny nonetheless. That was my mom, the funny one. Unlike me, but remember her as that, the one who dared to be different. A colorful spirit, just like the color I wear. In honor of my mom, who I loved more than anything.
Here in the afterlife, I love you. Though my light is gone, I love you. I gave the best of me to you when there was no one else to help me through. Forgive me for all I missed. Each and every hurt, I wasn't there to kiss. For the birthdays, your worst days, your highs and your blues. What God has planned for us, we don't get to choose. But when the lights were out, the water's off, there was no milk for your cereal. Mama made it happen for you. Mamas always make it happen. Mamas always make it happen. If I could hold you now, I'd lock you in. If I could speak to you, I'd say all the things. I'd be your rock, I'd be your wings. But I'm not, so my soul sings in the breeze, telling you made me proud. You were worth sacrificing for.
Hero, a person admired for brave or great acts. There's nothing more noble than a father raising his son. My dad, he was the best. An example, a leader, a role model, a father. He could leap tall buildings in single bounds. He was faster than a speeding bullet. He was invincible in my eyes. And in his light, I grew. Under his guidance, I understood what it was to be a man, how I could be all that I was meant to be and more. I am because of him. From tying my shoe to tying a tie. But now, Alzheimer's disease attempts to him from me daily. Bits and pieces of memory to the point where his eyes and heart no longer recognize me, leaving me feeling empty. And it's hard because I realize the man that he once was and the man that he now is. And now I'm raising a beautiful baby girl of my own. I watch them interact almost as equals, and they speak in Morse code, only a 3-year-old can understand. And they smile and grin in unison. I see the prison that he's trapped in, the giant that he once was, and the shadow that now remains. And in that moment, I'm sad. I'm sad that the hero that I grew up with will never save her day, never realizing what he had become already had. He seems to light up her life. He says that she's his best friend, and they pretend together to transform her. A hero in disguise, clever misconception, a deception not all heroes are capable of. He is Benjamin Button, all ablaze. He is family night, show and tell, show off, hiding behind my ego. She says that he's amazing, that she's the greatest guy that she knows. And I wonder, in that moment, how I missed the wonder, the twinkle in his eye, the love in his laughter. You see, Einstein says energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed, kind of like heroes. And in that moment, I'm able to see him through new eyes, hers. Now 5 and alive with so much presence and promise and passion, all because of her hero, my dad.
I'm the baby, that's my mommy, that's my daddy, we're all sharks. That's my grandma, can't forget about grandpa. Oh, that's my family, yeah, and we're all sharks. Baby shark, do-do-do-do. Baby shark, do-do-do-do-do. Baby shark, do-do-do-do-do. Baby shark, mommy shark, do-do-do-do-do. Mommy shark, do-do-do-do-do. Mommy shark, do-do-do-do-do. Mommy shark. Where's my daddy at? Daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do.
The key to any exceptional happy ever after is the substantial sorrow that comes before it. Let's be honest, it's the tragedy that keeps us watching. No memorable writer left the climax out of the story, and my father never got the author to his. You see, God, he wrote himself into my father's bones, and even when tragedy struck in the form of a degenerate memory, God was the last thing his mind could summon up the irony. You wrote his memory away, but left traces of your handprint all throughout his brain, in between holes of nerve endings too broken to fuse themselves together again. My father is glory at his core, and Alzheimer's couldn't forget that. Couldn't snatch divinity from his cartilage, omit praise from his essence, strip hallelujah from his soul, eradicate Holy Spirit from his origin. But what it did manage to do was corrode my existence away. The key to my exceptional happy ever after is a substantial sorrow that came far sooner than I was ready for. My father looked at me with eyes void of recognition, anger and frustration almost tangible when I try to convince him I'm his, rattle the edges of his memory for my name. I am a bride to be who is just wishing she could extract the substance of her DNA and place it in the holes of her father's brain, if only just for my wedding day. You see, my Prince Charming, he came a little late, but it's not a happy ever after without my father's grace, without him giving me away. So I spoke to the only part of him that remained, the man of God embedded in his blood while denying the lineage in mine. The only part of him that was me. I became a grieving, desperate stranger in need of a substitute for her dead father on her wedding day. And it wasn't far from the truth. He'd forgotten the part of him that was my daddy, but he remembered the part of him that was a servant of God. So I traded being his daughter for being his duty. And even if he don't remember it this way, my father gave me away. He carried me across dance floors with eyes filled with honor. I got my happy ever after. And if by some horrid chance I inherit this disease that steals your greatest memories, I'll pray to tuck it away in between nerve endings where Alzheimer's can't find it. I don't ever want to forget the man of God who gave me my father on my wedding day.
There'll never come a day you'll never hear me say that I don't wanna need you in my life. Though I was lost in shame, your heart remained the same and captured me when you still called my name. Why, oh why would I ever think or try to run away from you? High, so high is the altitude of joy you bring me to. I'm grateful your love never ran out on me. I'm grateful your love never ran out on me. Your affection for me so dear, my reflection of you's unclear. I'm daily trying just to be like you. I say you're not attainable, but your grace was unexplainable. You have never ceased to amaze me, yeah. Why, you know I try to make sense of all this adulation you have shown. Cry, sometimes I cry at the thought of this great love I've ever known. love never leaves us. So we have these simple words right here. Listen to these words. It says it completely, consistently, eternally, you still love me. Completely, consistently, eternally, you still love me. Help me say it. I'm grateful for your love never ran out. I'm grateful for your love never ran out. Ran out on me. I'm grateful for your love never ran out on me. Lord, I'm so grateful your love never ran out on me.
Curtain call, everyone. I guess that means this is it. My last hurrah. You know, after all these years, I'm gonna miss the warmth of those stage lights staring down at me. Miss the silence of a crowd in purgatory, being held hostage, looking down the barrel of a plot twist, the freedom to be anyone and have them believe you, if only for an evening. Suspending disbelief on a hair-thin tightrope and watching it walk over a sea of people like Jesus. I'm going to miss, where was I? You know, I met a guy one time who told me that the titular rule to being a producer is to never use your own money. I laughed. He looked at me, winked, said, rule number 2, never use your own money. We both laughed, but I can't help but think, what do you do if you've given this your life, your soul for decades, and you start quoting the characters like they're your actual friends? The love that me and this craft have is an iconic classic love story. A Curly and Lori, a Simba and Nyla, a Romeo and Juliet, and I'm going to miss it. All of it. Especially when it's gone. And when the lines start rewriting themselves on my tongue and the characters start to manifest like hidden personalities and scenes where they don't belong, singing, come with me, then you'll see we live in a world. Where was I? And I find myself in the middle of stories that I don't quite remember the opening act to, not like I missed it then, more like I'm missing it right now. And they don't tell you this, y'all, but acting, it's just timing. Don't let them fool you. Every moment is the thin line slicing between calamity and catharsis. Every show is a chance to leave the audience still high off your last performance or regretting the hard-earned cash they paid for that ticket. Thus, this has to be my last show. The metronome of this stage play eludes me. My love and I have fallen out of sync, but today, I will show you what it means to solo. Show you what it means to master a craft even when the mind is unraveling by its seams, and it seems so unfamiliar, like there's this little stagehand in the back of the musical of my brain that just keeps whispering, remember me. Even though I say goodbye, remember me. Don't let it make you cry. So I'll never forget the moments that made me fall in love with this. And even when I do, they'll never let that piece of me die.
because it belongs to them now. It belongs to you and you and you. So for my last time, this show must go on.
Action.
Looking back, what have I done? I can't shake every regret that's on my mind. I've been worried, watching the clock. I can't stop the days, they keep on flying by. All of my stressing never gave me a second more. There is only one who's in control. Can't take it for granted, cause life is way too short to gain all of the world and lose your soul. I don't wanna waste my time or waste another breath. Only wanna give my all until there's nothing left. I wanna run and love like there's no tomorrow, and finally live for something greater. Life is just a vapor, just a vapor, just a vapor, just a vapor. I wanna go beyond my fears, be who I was made to be without compromising. Every day's bigger than me. There is more to who we are than just surviving. Can't take it for granted, cause life is way too short to gain all of the world and lose your soul. I don't wanna waste my time or waste another breath. Only wanna give my all until there's nothing left. I wanna run and love like there's no tomorrow, and finally live for something greater. Life is just a vapor, just a vapor, just a vapor, just a vapor. Here today and gone tomorrow. All our time is only borrowed. What is your life? What is your life? Here today and gone tomorrow. All our time is only borrowed. What is your life? What is your life? I don't wanna waste my time or waste another breath. Only wanna give my all until there's nothing left. I wanna run and love like there's no tomorrow, and finally live for something greater. Life is just a vapor, just a vapor, just a vapor, just a vapor, just a vapor. Here today and gone tomorrow. All our time is only borrowed. What is your life? What is your life? Here today and gone tomorrow. All our time is only borrowed. What is your life? What is your life?
What topic did we learn about this year in dance class?
Alzheimer's disease.
How do you spell that?
ALZHIMER'S. DISEASE. Alzheimer's disease.
That's awesome. Where in the body is Alzheimer's disease detected?
In the big, beautiful brain.
That's right. We say the big, beautiful brain and not my big, beautiful brain, because we will not
Claim that.
Yes. Now, what are the two main factors in the brain to determine Alzheimer's disease?
Plaques and tangles.
What are plaques and tangles?
Proteins in the big, beautiful brain that clump together and kill brain cells.
Oh, wow. What happens if this continues?
In the big, beautiful brain, memories are stored in the hippocampus. When cells die, it's harder to remember things. If this continues, organs in the body begin to shut
ways to keep your big, beautiful brain healthy. Guys, let's tell them.
1. Protect your head. Take your thinking caps everywhere. 2. Read a book. 3. Say no to drugs. 4. Your big, beautiful brain and your loving heart are best friends. So treat them right. 5. Eat healthy. 6. Rest when you need it. 7. Take your mental health seriously. 8. Make friends. 9. Exercise daily. Use your dancing bodies. 10. Challenge yourself often. I know you can do it. I have a big, beautiful brain, and so do you. So let's keep them healthy. Are you being your best self? Remember, it's never too late to start.
Thank you so much for joining us. Guys, let's show them how we say goodbye. So until next time, please remember to bring your
Thinking caps and dancing bodies.
good night. iAlign Dance Company came to me probably about my junior year in college, and I have danced my entire life, but I genuinely wanted to mix my degree, which is biology pre-med, with physical therapy or dance. The background of us in general is we pick a topic to highlight in the community.